So another evening out in the garage. Was out last night with John, Yasser and Dee. Call around just for a bit of a yarn and a bit of a hand. So I'll just run you through quickly what I got up to last night. Here are turbo manifold, they're off again. Found out that when these two studs, I think 3 of these studs weren't actually lining up with the manifold. So I'm thinking that might be why the manifold wouldn't go on. So I'm going to widen them out a wee bit and work, and then put those couple of those studs back in quickly and slot it on. That could save me a load of hassle shortening all them studs, which would be nice. So all I think we did was this here pipe here. You'll see one of the earlier videos, this pipe actually came up and sort of 45 out here and then into a loop like this and then into the matrix. Just obviously original Toyota, you know, they want it to go nice and straight in. You've plenty of room there. So I've actually used a bit of that hard pipe. These were old brackets that were on it. I've just cut them off. I don't want to take them all the way off because they're actually welded to the pipe, and then I'm putting a wee hole in it. Just file them down. You can see there used to be 45. I cut off on the old pipes, and then a wee straight section there at the top. Means it's a nice hard pipe. There's going to be a load of heat around here. Turbo wastegate down here, and then the down pipe's going to be coming pretty close to this, probably down in this area. So then that means that if you have a wee hard pipe there, you don't have just as much pipe to worry about for the joiners. Other thing we got up to was this here. It used to come out to about here, and then there's a hose pipe that went up to the second turbo. I've actually just pin stick closed with a pair of vice grips, and then weld the end of it closed just to close up the hole a bit. I will still stick a cap over the end of it. It is weeping a wee bit because of the water in it. Every time you weld it, the water vaporizes and turns to steam, and then the steam pushes out through the well, so you can't get it. I saw Ryan's done like that. Obviously his was off the car when it was done, so there's no water in it, which made it a lot simpler to actually weld up nice. So it was a good idea, but didn't work on the car, but no big deal. We can just put a cap on it, which we'll be doing anyway. So the fact it's welded up will stop a bit of the water flow. Blocked off another one of the water pipes here. This line's a bit long, really, but tucks up out of the way. Also had the drain and a new feed in here. John had a feed off his old Holset setup on his SR20 from back when he was cool and he ran a Holset, but it was a banjo end like this, and 90% of the 1J or the JZ ones have a fit on the block and then a straight to help it run the right way. The problem was we tried to run this, but no matter what way you ran it, it would be touching the manifold, so I actually had to leave that out. Drop that over to John later. He's going to drop it into like a hydraulics place or something, a fitting place. Just get an AM fitting put onto that. I can afford to lose a bit of length. Not the end of the world if I need a whole new line, but if I can keep that line, happy days, free one. Another thing you have to do from the original setup is, this is the feed for the rear turbo on the car. That's actually just an aluminium sump bung I had in the car. It's actually a magnetic one that Ryan gave me, had spare, but didn't want to run it because it's a bit deeper, and you've seen the state of my sump bung in one of the earlier videos. Gets flattened, so it's scared actually breaking it off in the car. M12 by 1.25 fits in there mint, so hard to beat. Another thing I did was finally get around to fitting my, you can just about see them creeping through in there, yellow jacket coil packs. Again, something Ryan gave me for doing a bit of work on his car many moons ago. Never needed them, so never fitted them, but I figured this here's going to be running a wee bit more boost at some stage. Be nice to make sure that's not going to be misfiring. Common problem that the coil packs fail, and the 1Js or even just the JZs in general wants a bit more boost. The standard coil packs don't like them. I'm not sort of a big money man like the rest of the boys. You're on R8 coil pack kits. Look what I found in my pocket, look! Well, not at the minute anyway, unless those there don't work great, but if I can hang on them, I will. Also, we got the turbo stripped apart, the one that failed, just to see what had gone on or what had happened. So I tested this out, and as you can see, the turbo is actually, the turbine wheel is actually snapped off the shaft of the turbo, and that's gonna be giving you some boost issues right there. Also notice that part of that wheel, you can see that one's nice and square. That there one is broken off, so I'm wondering if that has failed. Jam the turbo on full boost, like on the rev limiter basically. Has that failed, and then jammed the wheel and snapped it? Who knows? Never really know. I have checked my oil with a magnet to check for any metal filings and stuff. There's nothing really out of the ordinary in it. Real light dust really in the oil. Nothing I don't think to be scared of. There's no big chunks. There's no burring in it or anything like that. And going from what's missing from that, that's probably not, haven't actually got off too badly. The rest of it hopefully just went out the exhaust, all being well. So got the manifold in, got into work, widened out a few holes. I think actually the main problem was that a load of the studs were bent, so the ones in the back of the turbo were bent this way, and the ones in the front of the turbo were bent that way. So then it made it look like the holes in the manifold were off. And so I widened them out a wee bit anyway. Started to put the manifold on, that's when I realised the studs were bent, so I actually wound all the studs back in and then give them a wee tap with a nut in the end with a hammer, just to straighten them all up. And
There's a hole left.
There's a hole left?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the studs that we couldn't get the bolt off, or the nut off. I had to leave the nut on it, it just came out with it, with the stud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is no screw on it?
No screw?
Yeah, why?
Oh, it's just the head. It's just bolts instead of screws. And what were you asking about this?
Yeah.
What were you asking?
I'm gonna put it back on. I don't want it.
Safe, nice and secure there. That's not going to fall off, sure isn't?
No.
Definitely not. So what are we going to do now, Ollie?
Put the cable back on.
Uh-huh. And what are we doing that for?
I don't know.
You're not paying attention?
And no.
We're going to make the drain, the oil drain.
Okay.
Okay. So, grab the turbo. Oh. What do you think that turbo, Ollie?
Really good.
Really cool. Yeah. And then we'll just set it here each second. We'll screw this off.
So, we just put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
Is the camera definitely on me?
yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Mm-hmm. There's the turbo going on.
It's a heavy.
It's very heavy.
I'm heavy.
Yeah, it's super heavy. Probably heavier than you can lift. Maybe probably heavier than you were when you were a wee baby.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you reckon?
It's
Yeah. So, Ollie, up here.
when
You
you
point the camera at us? Point the camera at me. Point it up. Up here. So this is the old factory turbo drains.
Yeah.
And these are what's going to be used then. Hack these up a bit and actually use it for the return drain on the Holset. They are.
What's that thing then? What's that one? What's that one?
What's this one?
Yeah.
Hold the camera. So that one there is off the front turbo, I think.
Okay.
And that's the drain off the back turbo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this here and then use these bends and stuff and maybe these bends, camera up, and these bends to make my drain.
I
So this should
like
do a
your
good job.
t-shirt.
Oh, thanks. It's an IDC one. It's a bit old news now. It's Drift Games Extreme now.
Why's a car on the cup?
That's a sponsor.